for one, a lot of positive reinforcements coming to Ferrari, specifically a couple Mercedes, as strategist engineers going over to Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton, of course, going over to Ferrari at the end of the season. Um, should Mercedes as a team, as a brand, be worried, be nervous? Like their car's not doing great right now, but it's okay. They're losing their world championship driver, and now they've lost a couple key pieces of their team. Like, should Mercedes fans freak out?
I would freak out. Yeah, as a Mercedes fan. I think if Mercedes freaks out, they're just wasting time. I think if you spend time freaking out, you're just wasting time because this is a very important moment to not only rebuild technically and get your car better and get a new driver situation and pair someone really good with George Russell. You also have to rebuild your reputation among fans. You have to be like, we are powerhouses. We can win because right now we kind of just feel bad for Mercedes, and it's important to build that reputation that they had for so many years. That's gone right now.
I appreciate you skipping directly to panic though. Like that you
Yeah,
admit, yeah,
panic.
I would freak
100%.
out, right?
But
Yeah.
Toto should not panic because I'm with you. That's very inefficient. That's a very inefficient use of time.
What's very interesting about Toto is he spent so many years being on top, right? Like he spent so many years as like the king of Formula 1 teams. And now Toto has to struggle. So we're going to really see a lot about Toto as they hopefully rebuild. Maybe they don't rebuild, I don't know, but we're going to see about a lot about Toto's management style and how he builds things and what he does when he's not number 1.
There is an irrational panic that Mercedes fans may be feeling, Alanis. I feel like there's going to be an equally irrational optimism, joy,
Yes.
and passion on one other side of the top of Formula One teams this week. We are now having our first European race, but not just our first European race. No, we are having the Grand Prix de Emilia Romagna at Imola. This is Ferrari's den. We are coming home. We are getting upgrades. We are consistently somewhere between 2 and 5 in the running order. We have 2 drivers that we really liked. Only one that we're going to employ next year, but one that we really like.
This is also sad.
Everything's going to be red. We have upgrades. Do we fully understand what those upgrades are? No, we haven't read the specs. You could go get them if you want, but we're not going to read those. It's time to fly some flags. Is there anyone more absolutely high on their own supply this week than Ferrari?
No, but also they shouldn't be, because when you have hopes get crushed. Like just don't have any hopes. And if something good happens, be pleasantly surprised. That's my recommendation.
I think that's fair.
I think, how dare you say that?
I think that's a great encapsulation of them also giving people like a little like, ooh, we're going to make our car blue, and then disappointing everyone because they got too excited about it. It's like a perfect microcosm of Ferrari, slapping a big HP logo on their car, even though printers are the most finicky mechanical devices that anyone has in their home. But it's okay. The car is still great. Okay, don't worry about that, guys.
The car is still great, but we'll see how many tires we bring out for a pit stop. Hopefully it's 4.
Yeah. It's by the way, absolutely impossible to do anything with Ferrari without really complimenting Fred Vasseur on being somebody who is incapable of overpromising. I love that. I absolutely love that. Even if it comes out of Fred Vasseur's mouth and he's like, we're going to win this week, all I hear is, we'll see. Like, that's how that man stayed in charge for so long.
You know, I'd have to find the tweet, but I think it was like last year. If you went to Ferrari's F1 media portal and you looked at every single press release that they put out after a race weekend, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. I compiled a bunch of screenshots, but it was just like sadness in Monaco. Carlos Sainz finishes 18th or something like that. Like every single headline was just like, we are sad. Things are bad. It was so I was so sad reading this, and I'm gonna find it so I can read them to y'all while you talk.
I love that. I mean, I guess maybe like I've fallen for it, or the like positive PR is working on me, because I feel like the tides have turned. Like I feel like right now Fred Vasseur is like the hot guy on the grid,
Mhm.
and it helps that Gunther Steiner's no longer in F1, because now everyone's like, this is like the little F1 character that we all want to, you know, make memes about and take pictures of and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
found
I
him.
don't, it's working on me. All right, let us hear it.
2022 Spanish Grand Prix. A tough Sunday, but it's not all bad. 2022 Monaco Grand Prix. Not the result we had hoped for. Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Bitter disappointment.
That one's accurate.
French Grand Prix. Carlos makes up 14 places. A great shame for Charles.
I mean, that was the race that Charles like screamed in his
Oh, that
car.
was the scream of agony. Yeah, the moment when
Yeah.
Charles
A
Leclerc's soul
great-
broke. Yeah.
A great shame for Charles.
I mean, yeah, that's a good headline.
Yeah.
Hungarian Grand Prix, below par. Belgian
Isn't that-
Grand Prix, a tough race. Italian Grand Prix, an imperfect Sunday. This was their whole year in
Mhm.
2022. You went to their media portal. These are the titles of the press releases. A great shame for Charles.
And by the way, if you fast forward a year and you go, well, how did Imola go for them next year? You go, it was flooded out.
Yeah.
They couldn't have it because of disastrous flooding. So this
True.
really does
Yeah.
play into your theme. It'll be the first time in 2 years we've run this race, because last year track sort of underwater along with a lot of its surroundings. So yeah, all part of a theme for Ferrari that they will happily ignore this week. All of these things, I'm telling you,
I'm
this week
ignoring
there
it.
will be none of that. The race will start and you're going to hear Crofty go, the Scuderia fans out in force. And it's just going to be red. Everybody's going to look like, yes, we're back on top. We're back. And then the race will start. And then they won't.
And then
be
the race will
And
start.
yeah, right. It doesn't
Engine
matter
just
what happens
blows into turn
afterwards.
one. Just poof.
Yeah, just
Spencer-
turns into doves or confetti or something. Yeah.